Hello YouTube, I'm here to show you guys how to customize your training configuration. So the first thing you want to do is locate your project. So in the project that I developed, it's called Monster Ball. And then the next step, you want to locate the name of the brain that you want to train. So for the Monster Ball project, the learning brain is called Monster Ball Learning. This is important for to add to the training config file. The next step is to actually open the file. So go to your MLA agents directory. Mine is here. And then after you click the MLA agents folder, you should see your entire library for the MLA agents project. Components. And then you want to open the config file. And this is where your trainer underscore config hyperparameters, which you will modify for your project. And since you're here, you want to customize it. So open it up in a text editor. I'm using brackets. You can use Notepad++, brackets, Atom, whatever. This is a text editor. So next you want to add in the name of the brain that's learning, that you'll be training. So as before, the name of our brain that we want to train and customize is the Monster Ball Learning. So we type that in. Monster Ball Learning. And semicolon, and then press enter. Enter. Make sure you got some space between the previous and the after. Right, so right here and right here. So what you want next, you want to make sure that for the previous you don't want any blank spaces. So like right here, there's a huge blank space between from here to here. See, when I scoot over, it's like a tab indent. You don't want any tab indents. You want it all blank, all deleted, all white spaces deleted. So make sure you backspace and get rid of this indent. So now every time you click, to make sure, click on the parameter and go down to it again. Now see the tab is gone. Tab indent is gone. So there's no white spaces. No empty space. Not empty space, white space. All right, and also before, you also don't want to make sure there's no tab there as well. So now you copy the default parameters and paste it to your learning brain for your current project. Space, put some distance between them. I'm gonna put an indent right now. So like I said before, there should be no white spaces. No white spaces at all, unless you using space, you clicking space bar. You should never use indents if you want to organize this just like the default parameters are set up. So never use tab, just use spaces, and that's 4 spaces. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I want to get rid of that. So yeah, make sure there's no white space. And now here, there should be no indents here as well. So when you backspace on here, there was an indent. See, it automatically goes straight 4 spaces to the left. That's how you know that you use indent instead of spaces. See, because usually it takes 4 spaces to get from here to here. If it goes directly like that, that means you're using tab. Don't use tab. So use 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to keep it organized like the default is set up. All right. Now you customize it. Which one do you want to modify? In my case, I don't need, the only thing I want to modify is the max step. So I want to change it to, let's see, 10,000 steps rather than 50,000. And let's see, that's it. So now I can get rid of all of these. The reason I'm getting rid of all of these because these are the exact same parameters. I'm not modifying any of these parameters. So like here, if the first thing it's going to check is the trainer, right? Since I don't have any trainer, it's going to automatic, if I don't have a trainer parameter set up in my custom trainer configuration file for the learning brain for this environment, it's going to go to the default. So it's going to go put the trainer as the PPO. Then it's going to set the batch size as 1024, and add all these in till it gets to the custom option, which is here. I customize the max steps, which is 10,000 instead of 5,000. I mean 50,000. And put it 10,000 instead of 50,000. So it's going to look here for this parameter rather than to the default because I modified it. All right, and let's test it out. So now let's open up here, type in ML agent learn config / trainer _ config yaml. And by the way, this tutorial only focus on the customization of the trainer _ config file, and that was how you customize it. So see, one and train. So press enter. All right, this is our trainer file, trainer path, in our directory. And now let's press play. And there, as you see here, the max step that I modified is the only thing that was changed from the default. I'll pull it up. See, it still counts. It puts in all the default values, and then finally, if you modified anything, it will use the modification instead. As you see with the max step, the max step is now 1.0, which is 10,000 steps, rather than using the 50,000 steps. That's in default. So yeah, that's about it.